Today's story is about an extraordinary man who embodied the true spirit of adventure, a story of endurance, self-belief, and a passion for pushing the boundaries of human possibility. Welcome to another episode of Hippy Happy Tales, where we bring you the most incredible and motivating real-life adventure stories. In this episode, we're talking about Goran Kropp, a name that has become synonymous with courage and determination. The man who did something most of us can only dream of. Imagine climbing Mount Everest not once, but twice. And that too, carrying all your gear from thousands of miles away on your back. Goran Kropp made it possible. Born in Sweden in 1906, Goran was an ordinary guy with an extraordinary dream. From a young age, he was drawn to the mountains, the wild, and the idea of conquering what seemed impossible. But his journey to Mount Everest was far from ordinary. Goran's mission wasn't just to climb Everest, it was to prove the power of the human spirit. In 1996, Goran Kropp made a decision that would change the course of his life. Instead of taking the conventional route to reach Mount Everest, with support teams and pre-arranged logistics, Goran decided to carry everything he needed on his back. He cycled 12,000 kilometers from Sweden to Nepal, carrying all his climbing gear, food, and supplies. Through forests, mountains, and deserts with no backup team. Just his body, his bike, and his unshakable resolve. Talk about dedication. Goran finally arrived in Kathmandu, Nepal. But the journey didn't end there. No, not at all. This was just the beginning. Goran's real challenge began. He didn't take the easy way out like most climbers. He had no Sherpas to help him carry gear, no oxygen tanks to rely on. He was completely self-sufficient, climbing Mount Everest from the south face without supplemental oxygen. On top of the grueling physical strain, the altitude sickness, and the brutal cold, Goran faced the emotional and mental challenge of isolation. The higher he climbed, the more he realized that only he was responsible for his success or failure. May 23, 1996, Goran Kropp reached the top of Mount Everest. But here's the most astonishing part. He didn't stop there. Most climbers who reached the summit would be content to rest and celebrate. But Goran did something that no one expected. Goran descended down to base camp, and then he cycled back home to Sweden. That's right. He didn't just climb Everest, he biked back all the way. 12,000 kilometers back to Sweden after summiting one of the harshest peaks on Earth. His journey had come full circle. This incredible feat was not just a testament to Goran's strength and resilience, but also to his philosophy. Challenge yourself, push beyond limits, and make the impossible possible. His journey shows us that adventure isn't always about the destination. Goran Kropp's journey wasn't just about a physical challenge. It was a powerful reminder that the mind and body are capable of achieving greatness when combined with the right mindset. Goran proved that with the right attitude, you can face the toughest of challenges, whether they're in the mountains or in your everyday life. So, what can we learn from Goran Kropp's story? It's simple. If you have a dream, a goal, or a challenge, don't be afraid to take the unconventional route. Break boundaries, take risks, and embrace the journey, no matter how tough it gets. Thank you for joining me.